Alright, so we are going to be playing the Definitive Edition. Go ahead and cut the music. Alright. What was that? Looks like I will have to be changing this into borderless window mode, if that's a possibility. Give me just a moment. Let's see here. Options. Graphics. We want fake full screen. Apply. I need to get rid of that other thing there. Why is that showing? What happened? Perfect. That's what I needed. Let's go ahead and delete this. Yes, we can put that later. Alright. So we will be playing single player tactician honor mode. Failure is not an option. Raise the stakes by limiting the already highly challenging tactician mode to a single save game. Your entire party perishes. The save game is erased, and your quest is well and truly over. Begin. Honor mode. Are you sure that you want to do this? Because it's a masochist difficulty. Yes. Final warning. They really like to throw it on there, don't they? Again, caution. It will overwrite the previous honor mode. Yes. As you can see, I have played this game in the past, so it's not going to be a blind run, but it's going to be a difficult run. I'm thinking about going Magic Party. Full-on 4-player Magic Party. Lone Wolf can be a bit easy at times. And I think since we are running a all-Magic Party, I probably should either play one of the campaign characters, or I should play a undead. I could do both and play Fane. I don't know. The Dome of Protection is just way too good to pass up, I feel like. Let's see. We got Red Prince. We have Seville. Dippin. Beast. Beast is so good. Lose. Fane. Fane's also pretty good. So, I think we'll just go ahead and stick with Fane. He's an interesting character. A lot of people like him. I need the undead aspect of the party because we are running honor mode, so if we run into an issue where everybody gets wiped due to something like Death Fog, we have a workaround. So we are not going to play with his defaults here. We're going to actually change it up. But let's go ahead and listen to the origin story.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
Alright, sorry about that. I was covering up some of the stuff there. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'll stick my picture over here. And then take the follower goal. We'll move that also. We're probably gonna have to move these around a couple times to get them in the right spots. I'll go ahead and get these out of the way for now. We'll mess around with those in a little bit. So we're gonna leave Fane's look as his default, but we're not gonna play an Inquisitor. We're actually going to play. Some of you are thinking, oh, he's gonna go Summoner. I will go Summoner, but I'm not sure if I want to do it on this character. There is a point later in the game where it is crucial to have summoning. Just don't know if I want to do that on this character. Yeah, I think I will, actually. I have to keep it somewhat. Somewhat easy on myself, because this is going to be a very difficult run. So we do not want leadership. We do want a second point of summoning. We want to get to 10 summoning as quickly as possible. We do not want Lore Master. We want Thievery on him because of his bony fingers. You can just get right in there. I'm going to edit these. We do not want Dimensional Bolt. We do want Farsight. Dimensional Bolt is kind of lackluster, especially since you can use your auto attack in place of the Dimensional Bolt and get the outcome that you want. Dimensional Bolt uses a random element, including physical, which is somewhat hurtful sometimes. Talents. Pet Pal. I mean, he has a summon. Should make sense that he can communicate with it. A very good investment, Pet Pal, because throughout the game you're going to run into all kinds of stuff where it might prove useful. Mystic Scholar, these really don't have any weight or value. Sometimes you'll get background information, so we'll leave them as it is. Instruments, I like the cello. So, let's go ahead and start it up. Warning, playing an undead, you have to get covered at all times. I understand. Let's move on.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Alright. Here we go.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So here we are. Starting.
Aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking around today. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world.
Tell the skull to mind its own business. You're not here to chat with human Detrius. Look at the skull inquisitively. Read. It is normal for human remains to talk. Is it normal?
Fresh
Can't
out
read.
of the crypt, are you?
Point and laugh.
No, we are abnormal. It's why we hide in the shadows. Or walk about like you still had flesh on your bones in your case. You even have yourself a silky mortal voice. How much do you think I get out? All I know is there are more like you. Well, not quite like you. But sorcerers collared on this tub, all heading to Fort Joy. Beyond that, your guess is as good as mine. Still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
You are you, but more. You are another, but not. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, molded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's memories and wisdoms mix with your own. Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice, and step forward in this new guise.
An animal sty. Freight or food?
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Banded like a chicken's leg, but not much meat on your bone. That may be so, but look at the flies. Flies know when a creature will die, and it's around your head they're buzzing, not mine.
And I was muted. Derp. Sorry about that.
With two shakes of her...
We picked up some eggs. Picked up the bucket of water because we're going to use it for crafting later. We got some gold.
Did you expect a needle?
You always want to check these haystacks, because sometimes you will, in fact, get a needle. Come on, run. Check in here. Check all these items here. We're going to use the spacebar button to kind of shoot through the looting text. A key. Good. Check for another needle.
Did you expect a needle?
We unlocked it with the key. Needles are important later on because you'll use them for crafting certain things. And you can either sell that, or you can use it to like enchant the needle and thread, things of that nature. But we'll see that later on. Okay, so we have a box here. We're going to throw it on this little pad, like that. We're going to loot this bucket. A knife. Put that for now. For this right there. Ta-da. Okay, so now we're in here. Get rid of this inventory. We really don't need the bucket, but we do have a scroll of discharge. Discharge. Throw that down here. What do you want?
Hey! Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
Eye him carefully. Why is he in a cage in the first place?
Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
What's in it for me?
Free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
But I'm already free. We'll help him anyway.
Gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Okay. We have an option to come over here and talk to the guard. Go see what he wants.
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
I'm gonna boop his nose.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Oh, wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy elf? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
We could try to do a wits persuasion and salute him and say his superior sent you. He's to report to the upper deck. I guess I could tell him I'm snooping. What's he gonna do about it?
The Magister considers you, shrugs, and curls his hands into fists.
You're honest, I'll give you that. Doesn't.
And just like that, we have our first fight.
I'd have known there'd be trouble.
We're gonna move behind him. We're gonna stab him in the back. That was bad. Gonna punch him in the face. He got back up. Hit him again. Hit him again. 1 HP. And he roundhouses me like Jackie Chan. Stab him for the win.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
Agreed. Did not mean to kill that guy. But it's fine. So we still got the guy in the cage to deal with. What I'm going to do first, before we get into that, grab that rope. We opened it with the key that we got off the guard. Come down here, open this up. And get these goodies in here.
Rubbish.
It is rubbish, but we're going to use that rubbish later on. Stole his bowl, and we're eating for you, sir. What if that wasn't his, like, food bowl? What if it was his piss bowl? He does have a bucket in the corner, but, you know, you never know about some people. They're weird. So, this guy, I don't trust him. gonna make an oil dude here. We're gonna hit the button here.
The prisoner's
Your move, Sunshine.
as his gaze finds the sunken hollows that once held your eyes.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
Rude. So we're in a battle. First thing I'm gonna do, throw out an earth totem. Hopefully he'll get slowed. We're going to give a Farsight infusion to our pet, and then we're going to back up. Ow. Tactician is no joke. Throw a rock at him with the pet. Throw another rock at him with the pet. We're going to summon a fire totem. And then we're going to move back. And we're going to save that last ability point. Totem hit him, burns to death in the fire. Alright. That dies to burning. Go loot this guy. Got 29 gold. Not bad. We're gonna rest up in this cot in case anything else comes after me. Staying alive. Name of the game. Even if everything turns to crap, stay alive. That's all you gotta do. Sounds easy. Some situations, it won't be. Nothing in there. You have a minor healing potion, which does not do anything good for Fane, as he is undead. However, poison heals, which is nice. If you want to know how to get through this without using an ability, you can come over here. There's this chandelier thing. You can throw it in the poison to blow open the door without having to do anything super crazy. There's a lot of interactive environmental things in this game that makes it stand out from most other tactical RPGs.
About splinters.
And I do really like the crafting system in this game. A lot you can do with it. I could pick up these decks of cards, but they're actually worth 0, so we're going to skip that. Ding! Alright.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go.
That was a big loop. Go ahead and silence my phone so we don't get interrupted as much. Are you sure you're done with the tutorial deck? Yes. Venture off and let's get killed. Small tome, gold cup, sells for quite a bit. They actually added the Mortal and Pestle. You usually couldn't get that until Act 2. But game devs realized how important the Mortal and Pestle was early on. They added it retroactively. So if you have, it's been a while since you played and you don't remember that being there, that's probably why. Can't read this on the wall. We're gonna open up this barrel.
Why, you're looking a bit more
Can't
chipper.
take the book.
Yes. Looks like that collar fits
Another
just not
barrel.
well enough.
Take care of that.
Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you
Fortunately, we can't get past her.
Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Scholar, mused that by the room's shape you can tell you're on a Lucian-class frigate, but why?
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative.
He's a skeleton. What kind of sedative did you use?
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
Could you imagine getting like shot with a tranq dart in your skeleton and it make you pass out?
And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to sauce. For good.
We're not gonna tell her that we killed the guy downstairs.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those sauce spells of yours? See what happens.
You recall great powers building inside you, the ones you commanded before your capture. Unleash them.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
You better stop before you hurt yourself. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast sauce.
Rude.
For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
We're gonna take our leave. If you're ever seeing all these highlighted people, you can use the tilde button to toggle that.
Good God.
It's only good for like
There's been a murder.
fighting and, you know, heavily obscured, visible areas. You don't typically need it when you're exploring. Well, some murder going on here. I will take this poetry book. A woman from Driftwood with nary a care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, and then to my dismay, a spider she was, and I her buffet. Once feasting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though I still did swell.
Did the murderer take him into this room?
Might be a double entendre.
Was he already here?
Small tome. Mostly these just have fluff in them. I'll leave it on the screen for a second in case you wanted to pause and read it. I am planning to put this playthrough on YouTube later, so if you want to break it up and read these, you can. All this stuff. Once we get to a point where we're a living character, we will eat some of this stuff so we know what it does. I'm gonna grab this rope on the wall here, right behind my character, right here.
Boring.
My camera. You can double click on a portrait, or you can hit the function keys F1 through 4 to center a character. I'm gonna grab this bedroll.
I'll need you back to headquarters right away.
It's good for healing up your party after a scuff. You see how I'm not centered on the character, but a double tap of F1 will get me there. We got another bucket. I do like my buckets. Good for selling. Grab this rope. We have a sheep here. Let's talk to her.
I'm not suited for this. It's sea cow, not sea sheep.
Admire the sheep's wool and ask if you might take a bit.
Haven't got any shears, have you? People these days.